Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Steamworks Spirit Station. My name is Greg Spencer. I'm the pastor and your host of this great event that we have every Tuesday night. We're very glad that we can see you and grateful that you can be with us both here and online. This is a real special night because we have two of our performers that have worked together in various settings and occasions, and they have decided to come together tonight. So we are really fortunate to have Gregg Stone and indie Bob Augustine. They're both going to be playing for us in both sets tonight. So we're going to have a blast with the music. So let's get our ears ready. Let's get our hearts ready because we're going to be blessed. So let's welcome the music of Gregg and indie Bob.
Thank you, everybody. It's nice to be back here. It's always nice to be back here. And you've been here before, too. We just haven't done it together until tonight. We're going to just go back and forth. We call this a mini round. Usually you have like 3 or 4 or 6 people up here going down the line. There's only 2 of us, so we're just going to go back and forth. And we're going to play a few tunes each before Pastor Gregg speaks, and then we'll come back and do the same thing afterwards. My first song is just a kind of ethereal song. I've been playing around a lot with AI and using Suno to produce things. And sometimes when I do, if I just have a tune in mind and a melody, I'll put that into Suno and just do la-da-das through the whole thing so that I have a vocal track that I can take out and replace with something later. Very technical, I know, I'm sorry. And when I did that with this song, I was so taken by the vocals that were given to me for the chorus, I just let the chorus be la-da-das. So this is called Spirits of the Woodland. Moonlight drips through silver branches, between whispers heard in dreams. Voices echo soft and hidden, like a gentle evening breeze. Shadows dance upon the tree trunks, but no bodies can be seen. The sounds become a peaceful melody as the spirits of the woodland sing to me. La-da-da, da-da-da-da, la-da-da, da-da-da, la-da-da-da-da-da, la-da-da-da-da-da. Feel the warmth of their sweet harmonies, and I'm struck by every note. Such a simple call to destiny that the angels surely wrote. I look up to the sky and I wonder, do their voices hold the key? The future path I take will be led by the spirit songs that they have shared with me. Feel the magic, see my burdens left behind. Move beyond a world that's so, so cold. And nights are endless in this forest green, so I'll remain here till I see the shining light that leads me to the place from where the spirits call to me. La-da-da, da-da-da.
Okay, I'll take my turn. This song's called Crystal Ball, and it's about sometimes I wish I had a crystal ball to see the future, but then again, maybe we don't want to see what's ahead, so it's kind of the theme of it. There's a part of me, it's like a crystal ball. Look inside, I think I see it all. All my dreams reflected there. Look, here's the time, it's like I really care. But please don't let me see forever, 'cause I don't want to know whatever may we go crying and go trying to look inside and just hope to catch a little smile, a little smile. Crazy world, crazy day, hard to know where I stand. All of me is in this little ball, hazy now. What will become of me? But please don't let me see forever, 'cause I don't want to know whatever may we go crying and go trying. Look inside and just hope to catch a little smile, a little smile, a little smile, a little smile. Yeah.
I want y'all to note that Bob stood up to sing because nobody knows this, but I'm taller than he is. It's the only way you can compensate.
That's right, I don't hear.
I've been playing around with jazz a little bit and came up with something that used some chords that I don't even know what they are. And so we're going to try doing this tonight. This is called The Streets of New York City. The streets of New York City, they run long straight and true. In canyons of steel and glass that no one can see through. The streets of New York City where the sun shines down at noon. And darkness at this time of year always comes too soon. But high above these cold dark avenues, in private penthouse homes, the streets of New York City are wonders to behold. Such wonders to behold. On the streets of New York City, empty wrappers dance in the breeze. A ticket with wrong numbers rests up against a set of long-lost keys. But for those in high-rise cubicles, where money equals time, a corner office view of the world down there is what they hope to find. Two ends of the spectrum, up above and down below. Something in between is something few will come to know. That's the streets of New York City. On the streets of New York City, broken dreams that never sleep. The upward climb's too steep. From the streets of New York City, thank you. Yeah, newish.
I don't have a lot of new stuff. This one's one I've done here before. I do have some things that are obscure that I would try here a little later. This is a song about the lessons that I learned from trees. Through the treetops, I'm wandering in the night. I'm wanting to be full of light, like the mighty brooding pine, like the mightiest of all the brooding pine. I see the darkest corner of the forest in my mind. I'm looking for the deepest things that bring us back to time, like the budding branches know when it is time. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 20 years up in the hills with nothing left to show. But the trees showed me the deepest love. They showed me how to grow. They showed me how much time it takes to grow. And the lesson that I learned from this, there's nothing quite like time. Time can build a mighty oak, and stronger it will climb. The more we live, the stronger we can climb. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This is another new song of mine. I grew up with a big family. My mother was the youngest of 14 children, a farm family. And my favorite aunt and her husband was a place where we went a lot of times when we were young. And I started thinking about that, and things just started coming for an idea for a song. Some of these things are borrowed from her house, and some are not. It's a song called I Remember These. Grandma's house was someplace that was like a second home. Grandpa's ashes on the mantle, otherwise she lived alone. Her kitchen always open, and the things I'd watch her bake would fill our bellies up if they'd ever start to ache. A Christmas tree in full attire set up the whole year long, 'cause Grandma said not seeing it 3 seasons was just wrong. And the pictures on the wall of the family hung with care. I always liked the one of me that had its place up there. Memories still linger, and they live inside my heart. They hold us all together, even if we grow apart. That house was full of little things that still hold the keys, while other memories fade by degrees. I remember these. She had a cat for 10 years, and her bowl sat on the floor. She never was allowed outside, so we'd have to guard the doors. Me and brother Andy playing tattered old board games, while shut in with the cat on occasional rainy days. Drapes with pretty flowers letting in a sun so bright. A faded shade on a homemade lamp that still worked every night. Scratches on the table where I used to bang my spoon. Once I smelled Grandma's treats on a Sunday afternoon. Simple things can be treasures when they don't wear out in time. The things my grandma passed down, finally given from a soul so kind. Memories still linger, and they live inside my heart. They hold us all together, even if we grow apart. That house was full of little things that still hold the keys, while other memories fade by degrees. I remember these. I remember these.
Greg pull out the jazz chords, and I'm gonna pull some out for this next one. I don't have a whole lot of songs like that, but this is a song for a sunbeam. Something in the atmosphere. See the dust that's floating there. Something's in the air. This song shining on my floorboard. Something new and bright is here. It wasn't there before. Such an ordinary thing. Towers over everyone. Takes all my blues away. How the hell to get in here? I don't know, man, I don't care. There's peace in the air. Peace in the They say you can get too much of a good thing. Funny how it works like that, even in true love. I work so hard day and night to appreciate all the many little things helping me along. Such an ordinary thing. Towers over everyone. Takes all my blues away. How the hell to get in here? I don't know, man, I don't care. There's peace in the air. Peace in the Towers over everyone. Takes all my blues away. How the hell to get in here? I don't know, man, I don't care. There's peace in the air.
Now, we've been working on the words of Jesus, the teachings of Jesus. We've been looking at a guideline for our faith and for our life. It's not really just about faith, it's about the living of it. It's about making what you believe valuable enough to guide And that's really, really important. Without that, we tend to react on the spur of the moment. We react on the basis of our desires or our emotions. We react very suddenly and not necessarily well thought out. So it's better to have some kind of operating principle that guides you through everything. There's something that helps you to be okay. Something that helps you to look forward positively, to look backward positively, look around you with positivity. And this is something that I think we desperately need today. All I see and hear about is anger. I hear people that are on opposite sides in all kinds of ways. We've talked about it numerous times. So to get into this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a text. I don't usually do that. But tonight I'm going to start with the gospel reading that we have, the words of Jesus that come from Matthew in chapter 7, verses 7 through 11. This is hard to believe for people that don't have faith, that people don't know the church. So you're going to be right on board. It'll be okay. Ask and you will receive. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be open to you. Everyone who asks will receive. Everyone who searches will find. And the door will be opened for everyone who knocks. Would any of you give your hungry child a stone when they were asking for bread? Would you give your child a snake if the child asked for a fish? As bad as you are, you still know how to give good gifts to your children. But your Heavenly Father is even more ready to give good things to people who ask. That's the Word of God for the people of God. That's all of us. Thanks be to God. Some people know that phrase. Some people have heard that. Excellent. Well done. So, do you believe that? Do you believe what that says? I've got questions. The first question I want to ask is everybody seeking the same thing? I don't think so. They might be. Maybe from God's point of view they are, but from our point of view, it seems to be different. It seems to be opposite. Is there anyone that you would prefer not to receive what they're seeking? I just wondered. Are we all seeking the same thing? I wonder about that, particularly tonight as we're opposite a very big draw on television, I believe. The president is giving the State of the Union address tonight. And that brought to mind, do the Republicans and Democrats want the same thing? The particulars and the way they're thinking about it might be different from one another, but are they seeking the same thing? What are they asking for? What are they seeking for? On what door are they knocking? I think this is something that's reasonable to ask in this thing. Reasonable to try to find out. If we take God at His word, if we take what Jesus says as true, then we need to look at it a little more closely, and we have to look at it a little more deeply than we're used to doing. Okay, so the first thing that I'd like to suggest is, do you believe in the promise? The promise is contained towards the end where He says, God loves you and wants good things for you and will provide what you're asking for. If you believe that, then we've got to look at that promise and make some sense out of it, okay? We have to do a little bit more than just think that that's true. We have to look at it and say, okay, it's not just about the stuff, because I've asked for things and not gotten them. And that's been true all my life. It's when I've asked my parents, it's when I've asked friends, it's when I've asked my kids or my spouse, or, I've asked teachers, I've asked all kinds of things of persons, and rarely have I gotten what I asked for. Is that true for you? You got to think about it. I know there's some things that you got, but generally speaking, it's not really about the stuff. It's not about the end result that we're thinking of. And this is a really important secret to know. It's not about the end result, okay? It's about trust, and it's about relationship. Our relationships teach us how to seek and how to knock and how to act. We learn this from the time that we're little, but we also learn it from everybody that we encounter. We learn what works in our relationships with one another. We learn it in school, we learn it in work, we learn it in the society, we learn it in the various things that we participate in with other people. We find out what works in this particular environment, what works in that particular environment. Some of them are formal, and we have to be very careful about how we appear and what we say. Others are very casual, and you don't have to worry about it at all, and everything goes. But if you're going to have a relationship with the people that you're encountering, there has to be some receptivity to who they are and what works in this particular environment, what works with this particular community. And when you're thinking that way, you're thinking not just about yourself and not just about the end result you're asking for, but the process around which these things come to be. The relationships teach us how to do the things that he says to do, and our relationships also teach us what to value, where to look, and how to look. People who've had a hard time tend to think that all their times are hard. And that's not really true. But if that's all you focus on, that's all you'll see. And that's not really the best thing for you. What are you seeking? If you spend all your time thinking about your misery or your disappointment, if your frustration or your dissatisfaction, if you're thinking only about your emotions or your anger, that's never going to get you to the positive result you're looking for. It keeps you in the darkness. So you want to think about the relationships that help me to look beyond. Relationships teach us how to value, and they care at times that are peaks. If you think about it, we care the most at two different times in our lives that occur frequently. One is when everything's going great. We tend to want to be there to celebrate with the people that we love. We want to make the most of it. We love being happy. We want to be to a happy place. We love that, and we give our hearts to it, and we give our time to it. We give our excitement for it. We'll pay money for it because it is great. I just had a visit with my son from Columbus. He was going to come over. We were going to ski. The conditions didn't allow for that, but we had a blast anyway because it was so great to see him and to have some time together. We'll get to ski sometime. It's really about the time we had together, and that was a delight for me the whole time he was here. Not long enough, I suppose. Am I going to undermine the gift? Absolutely not. See what I'm saying? We also care the most at our lowest times, when things are uncertain, when we're afraid, when we're broken, when we're injured. There have been a number of persons that I've known recently have gone into the hospital almost all at the same time. And some very serious things going on. And then you're trying to reach out with your heart, you reach out with your prayers, you call, is there anything I can do? You send cards, you send notes, you text. You want to be there to care at the lowest times. You know what it's like to be low. You know what it's like to be alone or afraid. You know what it's like to be broken. And so you, with the people that you care about, want to help them to not feel that way, don't you? You try to find the ways to care the most at the times that are lowest. So those are things that teach us. Now, when you're thinking about the lowest, of course, if there's a person in the hospital and they're suffering a disease or an illness or a surgery, it's easy to find a particular goal that you have. You want to see the thing healed. You want to, whatever it is that they have to do, you want to see that made better. But my prayers have really focused a little bit more broadly than that. I think about, how am I making it through this? How am I making it during this time of being in the hospital or going through this time of illness, going through this time of grief or sadness? What am I doing and how am I doing it? And so when I'm reaching out to people, that's what I am praying for. That's what I'm talking about. It's not just the end result. It's the process that we want to take a look at. And so I pray for the end result like anybody else would, but I also include, be with us now. Be with us through this, not just at the end. Believe in the promise, and that will be your focus. If you're believing positively and if you're looking forward to it, then you're going to do things that tend to get you in that direction. If you question it, or if you doubt it, or if you're like a lot of folks that say, well, I asked for stuff and I didn't get it, so I don't know if I'm going to ask now. Well, okay, you can be angry and just refuse the opportunity. That's not a good thing to do. Trust in the promise and you'll gain confidence. You'll gain peace of mind and heart and joy of soul, and you'll find the ways to reach out to those around you. It's not just about you. Even though your desire or your focus is upon what your need might be, you're still being the kind of a person that makes those close to you happy to be around you. Those who love you to have the opportunity to care for you and not worry about the consequence of it. You allow people to reach out to you. You allow people to join you in the journey. You find yourself in fellowship and relationship all the way through. Unfortunately, too many people, when they think about what they want to ask or what they want to seek or what they want to be given, think only about the end result. And so they're only thinking about a very short period of time and a specific thing that they want to have. Not the best way to go, because we live an awful lot between those moments. And that should be as good as it can possibly be too, don't you think? Again, if we're thinking about our relationships with others, we're thinking about a relationship with God, and if we trust that this promise is going to be fulfilled, then we can be patient about it. That's really, really important. Now, I want people to advise and to counsel and to encourage me along the way. If I have gook on my face, I'd like someone to let me know about it. Wouldn't you? Everybody else will let you go around all day looking like that. No. It's the people who love you that are going to reach out to you, even in that embarrassing, uncomfortable time. That's what we want in our lives. During the good times and the bad, I want to be with those that are encouraging and positive, and people that are cheerful, and people that look beyond. And it's not really about the specific goal that we have. When we talk about the Republicans and Democrats and the politics of it, I don't want to get too much into that. That's not where my focus is, but it's the competition that we're seeing. We're seeing them all fighting for certain positions and struggling one way or the other. It's very clear. It's in the news every single day. What they want is a vision of better. And I think they know that everyone has a hope for something better. That's always what they focus on in the elections, in every single campaign, and everything that's going on. The promises are always about making something better. Now, what's happened is a lot of discomfort and argument and struggle has caused us to not be thinking about what's better, but what's worse. And that's dragging our spirits down, and it's making us enter into this competition with one another. We've got to be thinking about how do we make it better. And it's not about one person thinking about how they're going to change the world. It's about saying, I can change what's happening in my work environment. I can change what's happening in my house. I don't have to have the news on 24/7. I can listen to music. I can remember comedies that I enjoyed, or I can call friends, or I can write letters. I can find ways to make the most. Lately, I've been doing a lot of stuff around the house. And it distracts you, but it also is productive, and it's positive. And we have to take responsibility for that. We cannot afford to allow everything around us that we can't do anything about to control us. And again, let's think about this promise. If God's promised it, don't you think God's going to fulfill it? I know, there's some doubts out there. You think, I don't have enough faith to believe in that. Okay, but the scripture says that if you ask, you will receive. And the scripture says, everyone who asks. So it doesn't hurt to ask, does it? It doesn't hurt to invest a little bit of hope in the fulfillment that you seek. And then to invest your life a little bit in becoming that which you seek. The results aren't going to be the same for everybody. At least not the tangible results, not the physical results, not the short-term thought results. I remember, this is a story about my youth. I remember the first time I saw a sports car and got the picture of it and put it up on my wall. Oh, did I love that. Now, I was nowhere near the age to drive, but I dreamed about it. Now, when I was old enough to get a car when I was going to grad school, what happened was my dad gave me his car that he had bought to run around in. And so it was nice. I liked it. It was very cool. I only found out recently that it was the last of the GTO line, so it was better than I thought. It was called a Pontiac Ventura, and it was a two-door, and it was the inheritor of the end of the line. But I drove 230,000 miles on it or so, and that was exciting to buy that car, because the other cars that were out there were K cars, and they were ugly. They were boxes on wheels. I had trains like that, little toy trains that were little squares on round wheels. You remember that? Okay, well, that wasn't what I was thinking of. I wanted to get a sports car. And when I was in grad school, I had to work while I was doing my studies, and I had enough that I could buy a car. And my dad said, well, you can probably afford this amount. And I found a Camaro for less than that figure. Oh, baby. Mark, that's sold. Now, I had to take the Ventura that Dad had given me to the shop when I was picking up the car. And they said, well, that wasn't part of our discussion. I said, no, but I can't drive both home. So they said, okay, we'll sell it. It's okay. The dream came through much later than I ever expected. It came when I was ready for it. It came when I was able to manage it and to provide for it. It came when I'd be responsible with it. I've known others who got a car too early and drove it into a tree or something. That I didn't do. So let's think a little bit more broadly about the things that we seek, the things that we ask for. And then let's start to think about, how does God realize that in our lives? Because he says, everyone who asks receives, everyone who seeks finds. So it means that the request is going to be realized. It may not be realized in the way that you think or the way that you expect. So let's be looking at, how are we living in a way that leads us toward the fulfillment that we seek. Because when that reward comes, it's not like, oh boy, everything's wonderful, it's all great because of that. No, it comes when we're ready to manage it. It comes when we're ready to live with it and to live through it and to be the best we can be to people around us. You ever seen someone who was angry that they didn't get something that they wanted? Have you ever seen someone extreme when they got what they wanted and how selfish or self-focused they happened to be at that particular time? This is not the quality of life that we want to have. When you find out you're going the wrong way, do you keep going? Or do you find a way to adjust and think about, maybe this isn't getting me where I want to be. Maybe there's a way that I can work a little bit better. And who are the people around me? Don't ignore them, because that's where your world is. It's the people with whom you fellowship, the people with whom you work, the people whom you love. This is your world. And so what we want to do is make the most of that and worry about some of the things that are bigger with a lot less intensity. Because what happens is, if they know that you're angry, they'll try to avoid that for a while. They'll let you cool down first, right? And that makes you alone, and that makes you miserable, doesn't it? So that's not the way we want to live. That's not the way we want to be. In other words, the words that Jesus is teaching in this particular text from Matthew 7 is a way to live that leads us through the hard times, leads us toward the good times, and promises the blessing of God and the fulfillment of those things. Sometimes we're a little bit eager, sometimes we anticipate a little bit too quickly, but the reality is they do come to pass. And if we expect that and live with that and care for that and live as well as we can with this kind of a model, then we're not as broken by the disappointments. We're not as destroyed by the frustrations or the disappointments that I mentioned. It's not about the conflicts or the struggles. It's about, how do we live well through it? How do I live through my disappointment? How do I live through my illness or my injury? How do I live through every circumstance that comes? And this is an important thing for a Christian or a believer in God, because you are always making a witness to the people around you. No matter where you are always revealing something of God to them. You are always a witness. This is something I've taught about in churches that I've been in. You're always making a witness about what it means to be a person of God, what it means to be a person of hope, what it means to be a person of love. And so the focus can't be on me or my disappointments or my frustrations, my illness or my injury, the fear. That cannot be what my focus is. And I'm saying that for you too. It can't be your focus, because it doesn't lead you to the fulfillment that you seek or the promise that God gives. This is a path that leads you toward the fulfillment of everything you seek, everything you ask for, everything that is promised. this does come true. It may not come true in the way you expect, but it does come true. And when you have a heart that's open, and a mind that's open, and a spirit that's receptive, you'll start to recognize how many of your requests have been answered already, and how many are in the process of being fulfilled even now. And you can look forward with hope. One of the things that I talked about in the promotion for this night was that we would be able to look back with gratitude, and we will be able to look forward with hope, and we can look through it all with confidence. This is the text that makes that possible. Matthew 7, beginning with verse 7. That's the scripture for tonight. Let's bring these two guys back up here. Another set of great music. All original stuff. This is what these guys write and they share. And I hope they'll tell you a little bit about some of the places that they're going so you have a chance to hear them some more. But let's bring back Gregg Stone and Folk Indie Bob.
Okay, well, Greg's giving us an opportunity to announce some things we're doing, and I organize an event called Poetry and Song at various different venues throughout the city, and it's been going off around once a month and has been well received, where we mix poets in with songwriters, and Greg has done one, and the poets will read in between the sets by the musicians, and the musicians will also read their lyrics as just a spoken word before performing the songs. So that's going off this Thursday evening, another one at 7 p.m. at the Greenhouse Co-op in Greenfield, PA, where our new football coach is from. So if anybody's over that way, check it out. Also can find my website or my Facebook page, Folk Indie Bob, and I'll have it posted there too. And it's a politically charged evening, I guess, out there somewhere. So I'm going to do my one and only political song. After all our trouble, we remain here with our potential, here with all our dreams. Let's lean upon each other to make it. 1, 2, 3, look at me, I won't ever let you down. 5, 6, and 7, 8. There's a chance it could be great, greater than ourselves, if we can only stay all together. Connection, how's it make us feel? Isn't that a good thing when it's real? Sometimes hard to cherish the people in our lives, but what is more important than love? 1, 2, 3. Look at me, I won't ever let you down. 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8. There's a chance it could be great, greater than ourselves, if we can only stay all together, if we can only stay.
Hopefully everyone will still be awake by the time the song's over. This is called Dreams of Deep Sleep. Oh, and before I play it, before you all fall asleep, speaking of what we're doing coming up, let's see, I've got 2 things coming up in 1 week. I always do the first week of every month. I host 2 different open mics in 2 completely different places. On the 3rd of March, which is Tuesday, I'll be hosting an open mic in Connellsville, Pennsylvania, at the American Legion for Hugs Radio, where I have some songs on that station. And then on Wednesday, the next night, I'll be in New Alexandria at Spiel's Tavern hosting an open mic there. And the open mic at Spiel's, the first Wednesday of each month, is unique because it's for songwriters only. It's called Uncovered Night, which means you can't cover anything. It's all your own stuff. And I love doing both of those. And Bob has done Spiel's. I got to get him down to Connellsville, though. It's a longer drive. But anyway, this is called Dreams of Deep Sleep. All competing factions have been put on hold tonight. The never-ending battle more effective in the light. The ebb and flow of twilight lulls me in and out of sleep. A mental roller coaster, victories and past defeats. Reach out in the darkness, perhaps just one more pill. I'm counting countless ceiling tiles, 'cause the sheep will not stand still. The cat paces back and forth, blocks the moon in the skylight. Stars shine and slowly move until they're out of sight. Today's liquid medicine supplying only pain. Up again for some relief, but my efforts are in vain. Reach out in the darkness, perhaps just one more pill. I'm counting countless ceiling tiles, 'cause those sheep will not stand still. The alarm cries out at 7, a betrayal to my dreams. Dreams of deep sleep.
Okay. Well, at one time I was,
I hate when that happens.
these guys are all drinking back there. You can't see. Anyways, at one point I got disgusted by my weaknesses, and so I wrote this song in defiance of my weaknesses. It's called I Make My Own Dreams. Who done it? Who said it? who showed me things I wish I would have never seen. Why bother? Where to place the blame? My future, my treasure, surely they'll be gone. If I sunfly, no matter. My eyes are on the road. I make my own dream. I make my own dream. She's stunning forever. It's gonna take a miracle to get me there. Why bother? I'm practical, you see. Self-pity, no future, goes against the spirit that's inside of me. No matter, my eyes are on the road. I make my own dreams. I make my own. Get with it, keep moving. Does no good to wallow, what a stupid thing. Self-pity, stop it, eyes back on the road. My future, keep moving. Surely there'll be one good day. If I look hard enough, it's out there. I'm practical, you see. I make my own dream. I make my own.
I'd like to file this under the hopeful category. It's not an up song by any means, but it kind of challenges us to do what we can to make it through the next storm that's coming. And this is called The Storm's Coming. Feel the pressure increase, see the turning leaves. Hear the thunder, there'll be no reprieve. The train has left the station, it's way too late to run. Who knows when or if we'll ever see the sun? There's a storm coming, fight back or stay inside. The storm's coming, You can face it, or you can try to hide. The party's almost over, it lasted for so long. You lived in better days when nothing could go wrong. Those times are almost over, you'd better read the signs. The cold wind that is coming will blow all that behind you. There's a storm coming, fight back or step aside. A storm's coming, you can face it, but you can't hide. Feel the pressure increase, see the turning leaves. Hear that distant thunder, offering no reprieve. You've got to stand your ground, you've got to be strong. The storm that's fast approaching will last who knows how long. Oh, there's a storm coming. Thank you.
Okay, I've got one more for everybody. And we're coming up on St. Patty's Day, so this song's called Four Leaf Clover. It's a song about wishing for good luck, as the name would entail. Picking up a four-leaf clover, turn it over, hold it up to the light. Pick another, maybe it's you, maybe that's the key to making my life better than it was, better than it is, better than I ever could have hoped or thought it could be. Make another joke, dry another tear, run around with crazy hopes and lucky stars. My eyes. I'm falling for that same old notion, bought the ocean, someone sold it to me. Guess I'm just another dreamer, dreaming of the way I want it to be. Better than it was, better than it is, better than I ever could have hoped or thought it could be. Dry another tear, run around with crazy hopes and lucky stars in my eyes. Lucky stars. Stars. If I find a four-leaf clover, I'll bring it over, show it off to the world, hoping for that happy ending when the luck of the draw returns to me. Better than it was, better than it is, better than I ever could have hoped or thought it could be. Ain't another joke, die another tear, all around with crazy hopes and lucky stars in my eyes. Lucky stars. Stars.
I think that might be my favorite song of his. I'm going to go back in my comfort zone for this last one. I write a lot of country songs. My heroes were Guy Clark, and when I first started writing songs way back when, if you never heard of him, look him up. And Coulter Wall, more recently, is a great songwriter from Canada too. I wanted to write a song in that vein, and so I came up with this one called Well Worn. Old cowboys will tell you their stories for the price of a whiskey or two. Been spinning their yarns forever, and they wear 'em just like they was new. Faded blue jeans with frayed bottoms, held up by a belt's one last stand. Old boots broken in, but not broken down, just like the life of the man. And the stories they carry along with them, of broncos and outlaws and more, will long be served for the want of the words, 'cause their lives are always well worn. Seats on a beat-up used pickup, with beer stains and blood stains, of course. Floorboards with spots you can see through, and a rack where the peacekeepers store the trucks like the men who survived here, with rough hands and lines on their face. Through hundreds of scratches and dents running deep, those cowboys are still keeping pace. Lives that songwriters sing about, but only imagine in dreams. 'Cause long hot days and cold longer nights are 10 times as hard as they seem. Wild horses, hard men, easy women can all be more dangerous than me. And I'd rather wear out than be taken out, so you're wise just to let all them be. Yeah, this here old cowboy's still kicking, and these lines on my face I have earned. So line up a couple of shots, son, for the details of all that I've done. And the stories I carry along with me, of broncos and outlaws and more, will long be served for the want of the words. 'Cause my life, you might say, is well worn.
Let's have another Big hand for Indy Bob and for Gregg Stone. Oh my. Those sets are too short. This hour went really fast for me. I don't know if it did for you. I hope so. Now, I want to make it as simple as I can, okay? So you've remembered, I hope, moments of your life when you were afraid. You may remember being afraid of the lightning at night when you were trying to sleep as a child. You may remember times that you were sad. You may remember times that you were afraid of what the outcome might be. In any of those times, if your focus was on your fear or on the negativity, it didn't get better, did it? You were caught in it. You were trapped by it. But what we're trying to say is, no, I don't want to be that way. I want to try to find my way through. Now, last week, we saw a storm hit the East Coast in a way that it hasn't in a very long time. 30 inches of snow in some spots, 2 feet of snow where people don't have it, and the cities were not designed to be able to remove snow, so they were really caught. Now, that affected everybody in this country. Did you know that? Because people were traveling and vacationing and they wanted to go, but when the airlines were closed in New York and New Jersey and Boston and Baltimore, you couldn't go anywhere because everything went through those places. Whether it was coming or going, everybody was stopped. Now, you can imagine everybody getting mad and upset. What are we going to do? And I'm thinking, you got another day off. I'm thinking you get to go to that restaurant that you missed on this particular time. You got to say, okay, I can be upset and I can be angry, or I can make my way through it and make the most of it. This is the way to live, to make the most of your moments, to think not about the thing that you're worried about or the thing that you're angry about, but to say, this is the moment I have, these are the people I'm with, how can I make the most of it? And when you're living that way, you'll see the answers revealed. You'll notice and recognize the fulfillment of the promises that God gives. And each one that comes is a source for joy, a source for peace, a source for confidence, and a source of hope for the future. Let us think this way, and I think we'll enjoy our time a lot more, and we won't be so dragged down by the negatives because God is with us, and we'll know that. I hope you had a great time tonight. I certainly did. I'll look forward to seeing you next week right here at the Steamworks Spirit Station. Take care, everybody.